Hey friends, Sarah here. Did you ever just get it wrong? You just got it wrong. I don't care what it is. Mostly I feel like I get it wrong. Well, I get it wrong a lot. Parenting, spousing, friending, Christianing. Like, I really feel like I get it wrong a lot. And it's craziness when you realize that everyone's got a perspective. Everyone's got a frame of mind. Everyone comes from a different place. And sometimes you sync up. Sometimes it's in step with someone else, which makes that relationship flourish, I feel like. That's when you really feel like, wow, we really connected, because there are so many people with so many personalities and so many points of view. And sometimes you get it wrong. You know, you're trying to defend your own position. You're trying to relate from your perspective, but are you trying to understand the other person's perspective? Today, I had a hard look into my lack of understanding, my lack of perception, compassion, empathy. I don't know how you want to put it, but you know, we have a family of 6, and for the longest time, I've wanted more in my family. And I know why I don't have more in my family now. I mean, I'm sure God would have blessed us if we had kept all those lines of business open. And I mean, if we did not go through with a vasectomy, I'm sure He would have had us have more kids. And I can't even fathom the thought of that. But I would have welcomed it. Life is crazy. There's no denying that with 6 people in one household, but when you consider it not just people, you consider it points of view. You consider it perspective. There are 6 selfish people living with each other. Even the dogs have needs. Even the dogs make demands. So all I'm saying is I really struggled today with perspective, because my husband was just trying to be fun today at the pool, and I really failed him. I really failed the situation. Looking hindsight, I was trying to help my daughter look for something that she had broken in the pool. It was clear, and I was trying to help her find it so she could fix it, or at least give it to me so I could fix it. Blah, blah, blah. My whole mind is whirling in the whole, like, we take care of our things, we take care of the things God gives us, you know, all of this. And, you know, a little upset that she threw the thing and broke it, and I'm trying to work on that with her. So while I'm looking for this peace and have all of this on my mind, my husband pushes me in, and I'm fully clothed. I did not have any intentions of going in the pool today. I brought my notepad and pencil and was ready to jot down some thoughts, but certainly not swim. And I think I responded hijacked, but for fun hijacked. Like, oh, how dare you? I'm wearing a white shirt and I'm wearing black polka dotted underwear. Are you kidding me right now? Like, just trying to like act the whole hijacked bit. But then I bought into it myself, and then it ended up being a little pouty tit. Like, what? Have some fun already. Let loose. Let it go. And, you know, he didn't say the right things by saying that he married my brother. You know, because everybody loves when people say that about their mom or their sibling, or, you know, the things that they know about you that you don't really care of. I love my brother, don't get me wrong, but there are things that that I wish he would lighten up about, okay? I think that goes for all of the Babowski clan. That goes for every one of us. We need to lighten up a little bit. So I know why he says it, my husband. It's so that he digs, you know, he says the right thing just at the right time, when actually I should not have responded the way that I did, and maybe he shouldn't have responded the way that he did to my response. However, he pushed me in the pool. That's funny. And so I tried to see his perspective, right? I'm trying to see his point of view. He was trying to have fun, and I robbed him of that. I didn't consider his point of view. I didn't consider his perspective. I considered the fact that I was wet and grouchy about it. So, shame on me. Shame on me. I really struggle with that, and I hope I'm not alone. I don't think I'm alone. Maybe I'm one to admit my faults. I mean, that's part of why I did this channel, right? Is to be vulnerable with you so that you can see where I'm trying to grow, and maybe it would inspire you to grow in some of these areas as well. I have a lot more areas to grow in, I'm sure, than you do. And me just being raw, me just being real with you on what those things are and what I'm working on daily. And sometimes it's multiple days, I mean years, lifelong, because this journey is lifelong, and I'm thankful I get to live it, but it's also challenging. It's also very challenging. So I guess all that to say, I encourage you to consider other people's points of view. I implore you to consider other people's perspective, because they're not out to rob you of joy. But let's be mindful, though, of what we say and how we respond, how we act, what we do around other people, especially if we're not willing to consider how they might take it. I asked this question a long time ago. You know, the decisions we make, are we only considering how it affects us? Because we need to start considering how it affects other people. Our choices matter, not just to our life in the large scheme of things, it matters to everybody else around us, okay? And so while I wish I had a rewind button, oftentimes I wish I had a rewind button. There's things that happen in our life that happen for a reason, and it helps us to see where we need to work, you know, where our faults lie. And, you know, I don't know, I'm sure I'm acting just like a woman, a typical woman, right? Like always thinking of why this dream of mine is coming now, like why it's coming, like why I'm starting to actually see the possibilities of it actually happening. It's not in this nice neat box on the shelf anymore where I can ponder, oh, if only. It's happening. I have people who believe in me, and yet I'm wondering, do I deserve it? I am living this life, and it's laughable sometimes how I respond to things. I'm a failure, man. I am just trying every day to pick myself up, brush myself off, and throwing out my hand to the next person I knocked over, you know, and trying to pick them up too. And I can tell you it's exhausting. Everyone had quiet time today after the pool. I found myself in the garage because it was warm and it was quiet, and it's the only place I could find any peace. And, you know, it could have easily been managed. It could have been easily prevented if I had a different response at the pool today. But that's just an example, and it's a silly example, but it's something that can have a domino effect in your life, okay? Let's just consider it, the pool thing, being an example of what other things could be happening too. Like how we respond to people, how do we respond to maybe an offense that was, you know, directed towards us or whatever. Guys, we can live this life with so much more fruit if we live it as one that, I mean, we can choose joy. We can choose joy. It doesn't have to be so drab, this life. It doesn't have to be. I think if it is, it's because we choose it to be. And so I hope that you will consider other people, that you'll consider their perspective with regard to your response and how they might view a situation or a conflict or a whatever comes up, man. There's other people, there's different points of view. I mean, I'm finding out with my kids it's really hard too, because their life, their world is a real thing. Their world, how they see things is real to them. And I might think that they should be able to handle what I might say to my 30-year-old friends, but they can't. Their points of view, like, they might carry themselves as wise, but they're 9, 8, 6, and 5. Like, what? No. Stop talking to kids like they could understand your own point of view, but rather switch it around and wonder, from their point of view, are they really understanding what I'm saying here? I mean, again, I've been talking in circles a lot lately, lots going on in this head of mine, so hopefully it encouraged you in some way, and if it would encourage one of your friends, go ahead and tag them in this video and share with everyone on your page. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully this is just a beginning of a beautiful relationship, and you give me a chance to understand and consider your point of view. We'll talk soon.